with the stimulus, and I've got, Robin, is it okay to hand out that memo that talks about what you do with stimulus money?
Sure.
and the like?
This document pretty much is what our strategy is moving forward with the stimulus projects. One of the rules that goes with the money is that we have to obligate, which means tie up, $359 million plus change within the first 120 days of the act being signed, which was on February 17th. So our first goal is to tie up that money, and I can give you a status and tell you that as of yesterday, we had obligated $229 million of the $359 that we need. We have till June 29th to get to the rest, and we will easily do that according to our scheduled projects. Why the June 29th date is important is because any state that does not have that money, their 50% tied up by then, they will lose the rest of that portion of the money, okay? It will be taken back to FHWA and then redistributed to states that can use it. So the first thing is, in order to be eligible to receive any of the redistributed money, is you've got to tie up your 50%. So that's what we're tracking to that goal. Any projects we add to the list requires a recertification by the governor, so we want to try and get that all done at one time. So what we have encouraged everyone to do, and all of our MPOs and RPOs, is to be ready with a list of prioritized projects that you're able to move forward with and that are, again, shovel ready and can be delivered. Probably we're looking at between the end of July and through January of next year.
Understanding that philosophy, what we've done as a staff, going back to the last meeting that we had discussion on 9th and 10th Street Bridge with regard to a demolition of those buildings that are abandoned up there. We've been communicating with Mayor Ward with regard to trying to make sure that she is ready and the city is ready to move forward on a demolition project if money becomes available. We think it's the right amount of money potentially, and it's certainly the right type of project to advance. So that's really kind of where we're at as a staff in terms of recommending that as a priority.
Maybe we already.
Then we need to get the bids out for the demolition, and I'm told that can be done probably by the end of August. We did get approval from the engineers for the 2 areas for early demolition is what we're talking about. So previously it was all lumped into the construction phase of it. By getting some areas for early demolition, we can cut down on the liability issues and a lot of other issues that have come up with all. We're just about finished acquiring all the buildings. There are a couple that are not boarded up, but those are people who have been reimbursed. Well, several of them have been reimbursed, and they have not had the opportunity to move yet. But we're just about finished relocating all these people. There were 64 parcels and over somewhere about 160 or 70 people. Because before it's really a county city bridge. It's not just a city bridge. So I do appreciate everybody's partnership in the project.
Remember. Okay.
We'll prepare an amendment to add this to your tip at 100% federal funding. Okay. Bring that back for you to vote on. Once we do that, then we'll be good to go.
On April 17th, the State Supreme Court ruled and denied the petition that we had submitted on behalf of the county, the City of Lebanon, and North Lebanon Township. The original ruling from the PUC and the Commonwealth Court ruling mandated for the first time that municipalities shall maintain a railroad grade crossing. And in this case, what the ruling requires is that future maintenance of the 11th Avenue crossing will be paid for 50% by the City of Lebanon and 50% by North Lebanon Township. Now, until that maintenance starts to happen, we have no idea what those costs might be, but if somebody would run into a gate and break it, that's maintenance, and you have to put up a new gate. Over time, you've got to do pavement markings and the like. This is precedent setting. It's the first time in the history of the state that the Commonwealth has ruled against the municipality and for a railroad. In this case, this will be a railroad grade crossing that Norfolk Southern will not maintain, but the City of Lebanon and North Lebanon Township will maintain. Next in line to be funded. But again, this is precedent setting and we're very concerned about it, but I'll just say we lost. At this point, there's any opportunity for additional appeal. We've gone through the state Supreme Court, they've denied us the case, and it's remanded back to the Commonwealth Court decision and the PUC to finalize the order.
That's so sad.
If you really read our case, what we basically said was the community, the street system was here before the railroad came. The railroad came, cut through the community, and was responsible for many, many years for that maintenance of those crossings, and now we're changing sort of the game. The rules have changed. And that just provided us a ruling on that. Future railroad grade crossing funds cannot be used for maintenance. They can only be used to improve the intersection. So over time, if the technology we put in place is replaced by something that's much, much better and safer and more efficient, you know, and more energy efficient, maybe then we could do something. But the routine maintenance, we cannot use our railroad grade crossing funds for. And John, we thank